hanging by the wind chimes, I kick rhymes. I'm controlling the sport, call me the pit boss. Coming at me sideways like crisscross. I hit tosses, bitch off the fifth floor. No ripcord, you hit off the sidewalk. My rhymes come alive when I'm pissed off, and you pussies take a dive when I slide by. My mic checks on me, taking my last breath. All you see is cat's eyes and black sky, your man's dead. It's a rap for you whack guys. This rap wasn't made, it was taken from the head of a bad guy. 2 steps and a cent for your rabbi. End your thought process, I hit below the belt. No doubt, my fucks went AWOL. Low like a dead riverbed. Love a shot, never bend. Then you wake up stuck in a better trend. But you bit off more than you can chew. A bit less, just a bit less. Bitch made MCs get 5 fingers of death when I decide, bitch. 5 fingers of death. 5 fingers of death. 5 fingers of death. 5 fingers of death.
This high tolerance got me packing these blunts rotten. If you don't like it, then go find a cliff and run off it. I'm drunk off, fuck off. It's a rum talking, I'm embracing nuts like an orthodontist with drug problems. Fuck this. No more moaning about my mental health. From now on, I'll just get on help. Tell the rest to invest in help. I'll keep the energy for those who want to help themselves. And when I'm done with that, I can figure out what I'm meant to sell. Your crew is majestic as flightless eagles. Reputation is covered in shit from seagulls. I can find an equal in amongst these mindless people. You'll need to do better than telling me your lanes are lethal. Hearing screaming in the distance is relieving me of sickness. There's no need for these predictions about how the scene depicts us. I'm not them, I stay original. They live in fear, it's like a game of Tetris. Man, when you fit in, you disappear.
Alrighty people, welcome to the Besides the Norm podcast. My name is Scoobs, and we have Monk up in the background.
At
the background, sorry. I'm never going to ask you that again. So
the unironed background.
The unironed background. Somebody who pointed that out, Ronnie.
Who do you think? The cretin?
One of the very many cretins. It's fucking...
We've got an overabundance of cretins.
Actually, to be honest, I've watched loads of YouTube videos of people with backgrounds, and none of them are ironed. Maybe the ones that are real professionals that get paid. We didn't get paid, so we're not ironing it.
Nah. Once we start getting paid, you want to pay us when we start fucking ironing stuff.
Pay us to fucking iron the thing, and we'll make a video with it. We tried to make a video yesterday, which went horribly wrong. We tried to build you'll hate to say the word, an elliptical
trainer.
There you go. Still struggled. An elliptical trainer we tried to build yesterday. Well, we did build it, but it's finished.
We built it, aye.
But we tried to film it, and time, as it does, passes when you're having fun.
Or when you're red in the face with anger because a fucking Allen key isn't working properly. But it turns out that you're using the wrong bolt for the wrong hole.
That was mental, innit? It wasn't marked either.
No.
We have to put that across.
Oh, it was in the top.
Was it?
Aye.
Cool. Fair enough. So I went to film that because my dad had mentioned that because he's cheeky, basically.
And because he can do it with fucking...
Aye. Well, he was like, if you've got any DIY things you've got to build something, or you should film it and make a wee video with it, because that'll be funny to watch. I never said because you are useless.
But that's exactly heavily.
No, that's exactly what I meant. So we went to film that yesterday, and I think we got way past half an hour.
Aye, the camera goes off after 29 minutes.
Aye.
And we got the stuff just before 6:30. We must have started by 6:30. And we finished at 10 to 9. So that took us ages.
Aye, it didn't feel that long though.
2.5 hours of just painstakingly fucking trying to look through different bolts, because we can shit all about bolts and washers, and that's going to last 3 days.
Aye, it was a mad one. It didn't feel that long, but it was a good couple of hours.
No, it did take ages. Miss it was fucking about at the beginning.
Aye, that's it.
Trying to figure out what bolts go where and what they're for and what they're called. And...
So we did try to film a DIY video. But
we've got about 30 minutes of the beginning, which is the most boring part.
Aye, totally.
So it's kind of useless, so it'll not be getting used.
And there was not much fun stuff happened, anyway.
No. I think next time if we're going to build something, we'll do a vlog type thing. So we'll just have breaks every so often. Mm-hmm. And then just go, updates.
We're at this stage sort of thing. Aye, that'll be a better way to do it. So, we've got some news stories that we'll have to go through. Sorry, that tune. Let's talk about that just quickly.
Nah.
This was a tune by L.I.V, which is Spawn, Zero and Kevy Boy, and the track was 5 Fingers of Death from the album L.I.V 2, which you can get on Bandcamp. I'll put a link in the description. Anybody to find that. So, right, what news stories you got, bitch?
So, it's came out that the Tories want to remove the Human Rights Act. Now,
What? They want to remove the Human Rights Act?
they want to get rid of the Human Rights Act.
Is it a revision? Or
As Tories, so
it'll not be a revision?
ideally, this is my socialist fucking blind deluded brain coming out. Hopefully, they're trying to remove the Human Rights Act so that they could get something new on the go and get it properly fixed.
Ah.
But it's Tories, and I think they're not going to do that. I think what they're going to use to their advantage is just what they were talking about like years ago, is that they could make higher punishments for offenders, which could very well include the death penalty at some point.
Wow.
They've not said this,
No.
but that could very well include the death penalty at some point.
Do you think they might at some point just decide to have a wee bit dignity and decide not to put the fucking the death there?
Oh, it's very possible, because most people in the country didn't want the death penalty. Although
we know a sizable fucking
a resurgence of people that really start supporting the death penalty.
Oh, yeah.
Only in certain when they see a certain case. In general, they'll be like, but then they'll always go, well, for pedos.
Oh, yeah, straight away.
But
straight away
then that's still the death penalty coming back into the
that's
country.
it.
Hopefully, I hope that it's just they're removing it and they're going to get something new drafted up and it's going to be properly done. But I think it's going to be the case. I think they're just going to make wee revisions and then bring out something new and pretend they've made a sizable fucking improvement to the country. And that's not going to be what's happening.
So, is this a bill they're putting forward to get it changed? Or are they actually...
Just, as far as I'm aware, it's just plans now.
Right.
But the reason I brought it up is because I supported leaving the EU for left reasons, not brown people. And the thing that I always came up against is if we leave the EU, we'll lose our human rights. And I argued for ages that hearing the pro-EU arguments was awfully like hearing the pro-union arguments. And they're doing the exact same thing. You do something and
they do it anyway.
They've done it anyway. They're doing it anyway.
Right.
But as I say, I'm not worried about it because we've still got the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. That's the UN's Human Rights Act. There's a few things in the Human Rights Act that the Universal Declaration doesn't have. I can't name them specifically because I didn't do enough research because I'm an idiot.
Right, that's
but we're not going to be getting killed and shit.
Aye.
There will be fears of that happening, especially for the SNP. The SNP are loving this.
Right.
They're gone mental. They're like, oh, the Tories are going to fucking hang us on. It's not going to happen. We've still got human rights. Calm the fuck down. But again, if it was like a left wing party, if it was like a Labour Party run by Corbyn, I'd be quite happy for them to remove the Human Rights Act because I trust that they'd be bringing in something that's better, that's more consistent, because this is quite inconsistent. Judges have a bit too much leeway, which can be used for good, but a lot of judges are right-wing fucking cocaine cunts.
Ronnie just said we're going to turn into fucking North Korea, Lord.
Aye.
Take it she said this earlier as well.
Nah.
But
We were talking about North Korea a couple of days ago, though.
Alright. Well, I was talking to you about that as well, actually. I mind I brought it up. Was it
Maybe
yesterday?
it was just you then. Maybe it wasn't you.
Aye, no, it was fucking ridiculous.
What do you say?
I can't remember. They totally... no idea.
So I only brought it up because of the EU thing. I just found that funny. That this was one of the main arguments that had flung at me, being on the left. They're like, oh, you're on the left, you're meant to care about human rights, and they're going to take it away if you leave the EU. Well, they're taking it away anyway, so you may as well just fucking vote to leave.
What are you thinking now about voting? Because anytime we vote, there's someone changes anyway. Nothing ever seems to fucking reflect our change.
Well, see, here's the thing. I keep arguing that voting is the only way you'd really have a say, and that this peaceful revolution thing doesn't work. They didn't care about you sitting peacefully.
Aye, just stop hugging trees.
Aye,
and drum
and
circles.
if you're going to do a violent protest, then I didn't want you in power. Because that tells me that if somebody disagrees with you, you're quite happy to use violence. And I don't want you to use violence on me if I happen to disagree with you, which I probably will at some point. You're not going to agree with everybody at every point in time.
Definitely, aye. Fuck aye.
So I didn't like peaceful revolutions because it didn't work, because the upper class didn't care about your opinions. And I didn't want violent revolution. And so the only option you've got left is to fucking play them at their own system and win.
I think that the problem with peaceful revolution is that it's too peaceful. They make it like where they're just sitting in a park.
Drum circles.
In drum circles. It's too... There's nothing happening. Doug Stanhope made a
That's
famous...
why I said drum circles.
Aye, well there you go. Doug Stanhope said that one way to fuck up banks and the government that they're in would be to go into a bank as much and get as much people as you can to do this. Go into a bank and ask for a multi-million-pound loan or business loan or whatever you need to get, because they need to go through the process of doing that for you.
In the US.
And do they know need to do that for you?
They didn't need to do that in the UK.
Right. So it needs to be like a business loan or something. They would have to go for.
You would need to apply beforehand to make like a corporation of some sort and then go in. Which could work. It could still work. The premise could still work. But it wouldn't be as easy as just walking into a bank. You need to make appointments and just waste your time then. So, aye. Normally, comedians say stuff and it doesn't make sense. Like, oh, who do we owe the money to? Oh, the Earth owes money to space. So, let's just... Oh, shut up. Just shut up. Just stop talking about politics. You've clearly no intention of learning about it. So just. Oh,
that's one problem I had recently was Doug Stanhope kind of following the libertarian beliefs. Joe Rogan also tried to get the libertarian presidential candidate on his podcast and that, and I don't believe a lot of libertarian pish.
Aye.
A lot of the time.
This is the problem that I had with Gary Johnson. You're talking about Gary Johnson.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Is that, like every libertarian, even Kaz, we've had Kaz in a couple of times, and we agree with him on all the social issues, but as soon as it comes fiscally, we just like, you're wrong. You're wrong about everything.
It comes down to money a lot of the time.
Aye.
A lot of, like, even like the social justice warriors and stuff like that, he's always kind of parading against them. Tirading against them, not parading. That's silly. But he's always kind of tidying
dancing
against
about them.
just like that. Just when it comes to money, I just don't agree with a lot of what he thinks money wise a lot of the time.
Well, we've said it. It's not as if Kaz isn't kidding that either.
No. We've spoken to him on the podcast and we've been quite open.
We're quite open. Like,
he's been on twice.
We'll agree to disagree here, Kaz.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You think we're wrong, we think you're wrong. It's it's simple. But socially, I totally agree.
And we've spoken to him about business stuff as well for this. So we do consult him money wise. I just didn't believe his government.
I didn't believe in his economic beliefs. Well done, shipwreck.
Totally fucking hurt my hunt. That actually really hurts, man.
But I do. Johnson would be alright if it just wasn't this fair tax thing. It just hurts me. Oh, thankfully, if he got in, he would never get fair tax through. So it would probably be fine because it would be mostly social things that he would be doing right. Although he has said that every thing about corporate tax, he would lower corporate tax every single time it got a chance to, and to the point of nothing. In which case, you're cutting
multiple billions.
Aye.
It's quite insane.
It seems like he's quite happy to bankrupt the country without having plans in place to fix it.
That's it.
And maybe if his plan works, maybe if his plan was able to be enacted all at once, then maybe it would work. I reckon. I doubt it, but maybe it would. But the way he would go about it, just it's bad. It's so terrible.
There you go. Next story, man.
Aye. So we'll go to. Should we hear a debate, Stephen?
Well, you're going to win, so let's just start.
You might agree. France have lately banned the burkini. You heard of the burkini?
I've heard of the burqa, not the burkini.
Right, the burkini is a burqa
right,
in a sweatsuit and a swimsuit.
Right.
It's made specifically to allow Muslim women who wear the burqa to go swimming.
Right.
And France have banned this. They've
Right.
already banned the burqa.
Oh, I forgot that. They did do that.
And so they've banned the burkini as well. And at the same time as that, Police Scotland has officially allowed the burqa to be optional clothing in their uniform.
Right.
So there's two different things happening at the same time here.
Yeah.
But what's your thoughts on the burqa being banned?
I couldn't care less, to be honest. The whole banning the burqa thing was, we've spoken to about this with many people. It's this fear of religion a lot of the time that I didn't get.
Here's some background to why France claimed to have banned it. I didn't believe them. I think it was right-wing ideology that made them ban it. But here's the official thing. They're one of 3 officially secular countries in the world. The US, France, and I think North Korea is one of the 3 officially secular countries. They've got no established religion. And they claim that any parading of religion in public space is going against secular values. So they claim that to be secular, there can be no mention of religion.
So you can be religious but just keep it to yourself, sort of thing.
Aye.
No parading it about.
Aye.
Right.
But here's why I think it's religious ideology. Nuns aren't banned. Jewish skull caps aren't banned. Turbans aren't banned. Just burqas.
Just burqas, because they're the most dangerous.
The specifically Muslim thing isn't banned.
Absolutely.
Is banned, but everything else isn't.
It's again, it's just fear. Again, it's just I assume, like, if I lived in a place where it was like I was getting bombed every fucking couple of weeks, I'd imagine there'd be a bit more fear in my ideas. But
that's been brought up by Sam Harris. He was on Newsnight. I think it was Sam Harris. He was talking about how he could understand that they've had multiple attacks there lately. The paranoia is getting a bit
absolutely, aye.
So
I could understand being a bit paranoid and shit, like if there was loads of fucking attacks in Kirkcaldy, say.
But what is banning the burkini day?
It doesn't do anything. It doesn't, unfortunately. Because I'm a wee bit more rational than some of these people. Just a wee bit.
Check the arrogance.
Just a wee bit. I'm saying. Just to ban it is just absolutely ridiculous, man. Again, I'm not a religious person.
Another argument brought forward by Sam Harris was that the burqa is used as subjugation against women in the Muslim world. So to ban that would be a fight for feminist movements in order to empower women.
Right. But again, it's a choice if you want to wear it. A lot of people didn't. Some are forced.
Some are forced.
I do admit that.
In Islamic cultures, there are people who have been forced to wear it, and if they didn't wear it, they get beaten, they get killed, they get put in prison in like Saudi Arabia and I reckon probably Pakistan.
Well, I think they need to grow up first. The fucking countries.
My argument to that is, I'll accept that there's Islamic cultures where that happens, and those Islamic people are cunts.
Absolutely.
But forcing more subjugation by saying you're going to get a beating for him if you do wear it, if you didn't wear it, and you're going to get fined more money than you have if you do wear it, that's not helping them.
No.
That's making them choose between a beating and a fine.
No. Let's say, Ronnie, I think it's because EU can't see their faces, and the women wear it in the Muslim countries because they aren't allowed to let people see their body. They say it's a religious thing, but I don't think it's to oppress women in them countries, and people say it's a religious thing.
Aye. As used to oppress women.
Aye. So we just said that.
But
she's a bit late.
But there is and there are women that say that
She did say that. Stop copying me, Craig, for fuck's sake.
There are women that feel empowered by it, and I think that they're empowered for the wrong reasons, because they feel like, if I hide my body for God, then I'm a more powerful woman, and I think that's total fucking bullshit. No. I think it's a total dumb belief to think that because you've covered your body, you're somehow better I think you could show as much or as little as your body, and if God's going to judge you for wearing too much or too little clothes, then God's a cunt as well. So I didn't buy that for a fucking second. However, I also didn't buy banning the burqa. There's one scenario where I will ever support banning the burqa, and that's if the UK makes a full law that bans covering your face in public. And if that includes balaclavas and helmets and face paint or whatever, if they do that and is banned to cover your face in public, I don't believe in religious exemption. So the burqa would need to be involved in that as well. Or the niqab, I think, is the one that covers your actual face. Then I'll support banning it, but only as a thing, like a full thing. I'm not going to ban the burqa specifically, because if I support banning the burqa specifically, that's not me making them integrate with us. No. That's us forcing a law on them that doesn't apply to us, and that's subjugation as well. So, it's bullshit. Didn't agree with it.
That's it. I mean, when you used to go into the spa all the time, and then the guy at the desk would be like, "Take your hood off." I was like, I can't take it off. I could put. It's just been a while though. I can't take it off. I need to put it down. But I wonder if the burqa is the same thing. You go in, the face is all covered. They kind of worry if their shit's going to get stolen.
I think they do. They seem to hey. Of course, there's also this thing where there's the side of people that think, "Oh, Muslims are you're obviously going to come with a big bomb." But then there's also the people that say, "Oh, you're religious. You're quite clearly good."
Oh yeah.
Which is also wrong. Everybody's wrong. Nobody's right in this situation, and it's annoying. So I think in general we agree.
Aye, definitely. Pretty much. Pretty much, aye.
I think Ronnie agrees as well, because I've copied her apparently. So we move on to the next story then.
Go for it, man.
Do you know who Peter Sutcliffe is?
Is that a murderer?
Aye, serial killer.
Right.
The Yorkshire Ripper.
Oh shit, right, that's his name.
Aye.
Right, that's fair.
Well, his name's Peter Coonan now.
He changed his
name, I reckon why.
Is he still alive?
He's 70. Aye.
I always thought he was dead for some reason.
No, he's still alive. He was in Broadmoor.
Holy shit, right.
He was kept in Broadmoor for 30 years.
Right.
He's just been
I always
moved.
thought like the Yorkshire Ripper was like a Victorian fucking story.
That's a Jack the Ripper.
Jack. Alright. Right.
Jack the Ripper was probably a butcher.
Right,
and he's also been uncovered.
I've got two Rippers mixed up.
Aye.
Right, fair enough.
He's actually been found now.
Right.
Ripper, apparently.
Shit, that's cool.
I can't mind his name, but I like serial killers.
Aye, totally. That makes sense.
So, Peter Sutcliffe killed 13... If you didn't kill him, I do, because I like serial killers, as I said. He killed 13 women and tried to kill 7 other people that lived. So he's a serial killer, but a relatively shit one.
Right.
And
is he born? I take it there's no kind of backstory, or he just kills people?
It's probably about the same as Ted Bundy. He killed prostitutes, so it's maybe something to do with his mum, or maybe he's had a sex life go bad or something. I reckon. But he was sentenced to 20 life sentences, so he's never getting out. But he was sent to Broadmoor to deal with his paranoid schizophrenia. And at 70 years old, apparently no longer needs treatment. So he's being moved from Broadmoor to prison.
Right.
Personally, I think no longer needs treatment because he's 70, and what's he going to do?
I think he can still kill people at 70.
At 70, you're going to kill other prisoners?
Oh, in fact, if his reason was to kill hookers, then he's not going to get much of them in prison.
No.
Like, he's not going to be able to find.
But I do understand how paranoid schizophrenia isn't the kind of thing that goes away.
I didn't think so, not.
So he's either lied to get there, and he's done fucking well because he got through like 15, 20 independent medical exams in order to be diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia.
Right.
So he's either lied very fucking well for the past 30 years, or they've just as God's interference. What? I didn't understand. I
love how you couldn't figure out an end, so you're just like, oh, God interfered.
Well, I didn't understand how it could suddenly just, he doesn't need treatment anymore. What? After 30 years of non-stop treatment? Oh, he's fine.
I think maybe the psychologist has just got to a point where they're like, fuck it.
His 70s marbles are gone away anyway.
Aye. He's maybe become too fucking... his brain's probably become so pickled that he doesn't. They just became normal.
Treatment when they want. He's like, oh, sorry about killing all these people. Oh.
It's like, Jesus,
what nightmare. Cunt I am. Oh, well done, shit.
That was me slapping my wrist and knocking the microphone. And I've ruined the newsroom.
Ruined my news.
I'm just waiting on the building fund in the fuck's sake.
I'm still sitting in my soggy t-shirt, so I can't fall down the now.
Right, cool. No story to that. Next news story.
Aye, but also the thing that's interesting about this is moving Peter Sutcliffe from Broadmoor to prison is going to save the taxpayer $250,000 a year.
Sure, that's pretty cool.
Aye.
And put that back into the NHS.
Aye, that will get us some plasters.
It's got a bunch of plasters, man.
Just got a shitload of plasters.
Got my elastoplast in, lads.
But I think that's pretty cool, kinda.
Aye,
maybe not
cool.
to air people, but I thought it was quite fun.
I mean, you're a serial killer analyst, basically.
Thanks for finishing that sentence.
Aye.
But I found that interesting. If you didn't find that interesting, you're wrong for not.
If you've not got any other news story, I want to bring up something quickly before we go into our music.
I've got one more thing.
Right, go for it. I'll bring it up.
You heard about Traingate?
No.
Right, it's about Jeremy Corbyn.
Oh, the fucking Branson thing. Everybody's speaking about Richard Branson.
Aye. Jeremy Corbyn was on a train, right?
Right.
And
this sounds terrible news.
He was sitting on the flare.
Right.
And he said, this is an issue that passengers face on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we need to renationalise the rails or whatever. And Richard Branson released CCTV footage of Jeremy Corbyn walking past empty seats.
Right.
And so he's claiming that it's marketing, media thing.
Right. That could have happened.
Typical politician stuff.
Oh.
But it turns out that Corbyn, as leader of the opposition, isn't allowed to sit alone, and he was with his wife, so that's either 2 or 3 people he was with, at least, because I reckon if his wife counts as somebody he's sitting next to.
Right.
There was no seats for the 3 of them to sit down, 2 or 3 of them to sit down. So he kept walking. He was offered the first class seat, and he denied it, because it would be the taxpayer paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
And went and sat down. And then the staff were working through trying to seat people and get off the sort. Obviously, Jeremy Corbyn's there, so they're doing their fucking best to try and make this not look like a total shambles.
Aye.
So they're fucking about with people trying to get off to move about. Mm-hmm. There's some reserved seats that haven't been taken up, so people are being sat down in these seats. And then they move another family up to first class that did accept it for free because they're not politicians. And Jeremy Corbyn got that seat. So the time-stamped thing that Richard Branson proves, that Richard Branson put out, proves nothing except that Jeremy Corbyn didn't have a seat and then got a seat.
Right.
And it turns out that Richard Branson also broke the law.
What?
The Data Protection Act stops you for releasing CCTV footage. Because when he released it, the CCTV had no blurred faces. It was just all these faces.
Right. And he's supposed to blur that shit out.
Down. He's not meant to release it at all.
Oh, right.
And then he turned it down and he put one up with blurred faces, thinking that would help. And according to the law, only law enforcement are allowed to release CCTV footage with blurred faces. So he's technically broke the law, but shit all's happening because he's a fucking billionaire. And all these constantly just stuck focusing on the fact that Jeremy Corbyn's lied. And it wasn't a lie. It was like, maybe he missed a seat there. Maybe he didn't see the seat. How many times have you been on a train and had to stand because it was full?
This is the problem that happens all the time with politicians. When they say something, everybody's like, in the olden days, this is how politicians got away with everything. Was that fucking, there was no internet, there was no fucking, everybody was no concentrating on every single tiny fucking thing that happens in real life. And because the internet's so prevalent nowadays, everybody's able to look back at fucking what a politician has said and take one single fucking word out of context and then completely ruin their fucking careers with just that tiny wee word.
But let's pretend that Jeremy Corbyn is a lying cunt,
right,
and there was loads of seats there. That's the worst thing he's ever done.
Aye.
That's the worst thing he's ever done. He lied about a seat. What the fuck is that? And people are like, oh, I'm never voting for Labour with him in charge because he's a liar. Fucking, he got fucking tax back because he paid too much taxes. That's the complete fucking opposite of Theresa May and David Cameron, where it's even fucking, it's debatable whether they've even paid all their taxes. Oh, it's the worst thing he's ever done. Fucking hell. Mate, sure, if he did lie in order to get publicity about the fact that he wants to renationalise in Wales, he fucking handled it badly. But that's not like the worst thing in the world. Like, he's a fucking idiot politician, also. And he's
a human, for fuck's sake. People
fucking,
forget
it's
that.
just, and it might not have even been his fault that happened. It could have been his advisor was like, oh no, we're not sitting there. It could have been anything. And the media's just like, oh, he's a fucking lying cunt. He's too old to do this fucking job. Look at him, he's got grey hair now, he's a fucking shite. Oh, it's just ridiculously irrational.
It's fucking, I love politics and the way the media scrapes it up and just takes everything out of context and then fucks about with it. And
petty.
Like that thing with the guy, Corbyn being pooed away. And then it looked
that was
like,
ridiculous.
It was amazing. It's fucking amazing to watch. Fucking hell. I love being rational about things, actually reading into the story. And
I'm actually starting to hate it because it makes me angry about everybody. Like, oh, you're not thinking rationally. Oh, God, you're in a position of power and you're not thinking rationally. God. Oh.
It's just the way the media works, man, unfortunately.
So you said you had something to say.
Sorry, we've actually not got time, to be fair. It's half 7.
Not got time?
We'll bring it up after we play this tune.
No,
it's 7:30. So we'll go on with this tune. This tune's called Kickstart by a fucking hell. Let's start that again.
Aye, well done, Shipbreak.
This is by a band called Boot Group. The track is called Kickstart.
Falling down, it just doesn't matter to me. It just doesn't matter to me. 'Cause you're a voice. Well, I hate that sound, but it's still nice to have you around. It's still nice to have you around. You darkened our door and blackened the heat again. So make up your mind. Will it be family or is it friends? You'll get your just rewards, but Kickstart's all you need. When you crack one off just to get to sleep. 'Cause that crowd you're hanging with will use you till you leave. Just get some self-belief. Charity's coming to your door. Well, just don't answer no more. Just don't answer no more. 'Cause people change. Do you care? 'Cause I'm not the one to blame. 'Cause I'm not the one to blame. You darkened our door and blackened the name again. So make up your mind. Will it be family or is it friends? You'll get your just rewards, but Kickstart's all you need. When you crack one off just to get to sleep. 'Cause that crowd you're hanging with will use you till you bleed. Just get some self-belief. In all we see are a pair of blue eyes. They always look surprised to me. All we see are a pair of blue eyes. They always look surprised to me. You'll get your just rewards, but a Kickstart's all you need. When you crack one off just to get to sleep. 'Cause that crowd you're hanging with will use you till you bleed. Just get some self-belief.
That was Kickstart by Boot Group. Fantastic, bad, lovely. I wanted to talk a wee bit before September coming up. We're going to be doing a thing called Music Month. We're going to try and get as many bands as we can. The traditional structure of the Tuesday podcast will still be the same. But I think if we've got like 2 bands in that week, we'll try and either put them together on a podcast or fucking just release the 2. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll deal with that as we come to it, sort of thing. We're going to be recording live sessions as well, so some of the bands that are coming in will be recording either acoustic versions of their tracks or doing covers, and we'll also be filming them as well. So we'll have like multiple things happening. So another thing I was considering as well, basically, if we get maybe say 6 or 7 different bands in, that'll be a cool wee download thing we can put together on Bandcamp.
Just solo singers
and stuff like that as well. So I was thinking about putting together like a wee kind of free download or donation based thing on Bandcamp for people. If anybody's interested in that, you can get in touch if you are definitely interested in hearing some tunes and shit. And I was thinking about putting on the Bandcamp page like links to the videos and pictures and stuff like that as well. So totally jam it out, man. It'd be cool as fuck.
It'd be cool, like.
So that's coming up in September. We've got some things confirmed. I'm not what I talk about them now until they happen, because I'm not fucking doing that again.
No.
Until shit is like completely confirmed. So we have already got
even
a few
then,
bands lined up.
When it's completely confirmed, this is stop people.
That's it, definitely. As we know.
Aye.
Let's talk about the fucking main thing. Craig's excited, I'm fucking excited as well. The anniversary is on the 27th, which is Saturday coming.
Oh yeah.
From 6 till 9. If you tune in a wee bit earlier, there's like an hour of music. I'm putting like a wee mix together, which Craig is upset by, probably.
Nah.
Because I'll be doing it.
If it's a good mix, it'll be alright. But then again, you are making it, so.
So it'll be shit. Cheers. We're going to be having a bunch of guests in. I don't want to say how much, because it might change.
See, this is an annoying thing that I've already done, like, a guest a night.
Mm-hmm.
And one's already cancelled. So, I'm already, like...
2 have cancelled. David Alexander and Richard Pulsford as the comedy either.
No, it was the people that I'd written down.
Alright, aye.
So, I've got 2 more today. If one of them cancels, that's annoying.
Aye, that'll be quite irritating, like, actually. But, I'm just getting around the Facebook page. So far, we've got our dad.
Fair.
We've got Bruce Dutton's job dad. That's what he does. Tam Kirby for the Five People's Assembly and a communist.
Commie.
Commie.
Possibly a councillor of the Lochs.
Oh shit, aye. That could be happening quite soon as well.
That's happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's vote.
Shit, I might find it. Bill Mayer for Solidarity Scotland. Sean Evans for the Ladybird Killers. And Martin Soroka. She's a long Facebook name. Martin Soroka from the Ladybird Killers also. Kaz Paul from the Scottish Libertarians. Brian Gray, a gig promoter from Metal. And Ross Murray and Ronnie Miller, who's tuned in right now.
Who are cretins.
Cretins, basically. Listeners of the podcast. General kind of cretinous, disgusting people.
Aye.
People
that you should never take seriously.
Aye, basically. Like, if you listen to podcasts all your time, wow, get a life.
Aye.
But that's cool.
Says fucking Joe Rogan's #1 fan sitting here.
Totally. That's my life, is just quoting Joe Rogan. It's quite sad.
Genuinely, like he's not even fucking about. It's totally annoying.
That's what I do now. But it's going to be cool, man. Before they got our food in, all our drink ready.
Today we spent so much money on food. So if nobody turns up, I'm going to get fat.
Going to get fat. Going to
get fatter.
Aye, I'm quite looking forward to that. So we've got a few things that we need to do, like on the day sort of thing.
If there are people here early enough, we might get a couple of videos done with them.
Hopefully, aye. I'm interested to speak to Ronnie about that, actually. Ronnie, if you're listening, are you going to do some chili with us? Well, with me. Craig doesn't do it. So, I'm interested to hear about that.
If she says yes here, then you need to order to it.
Basically. Because remember, this is the hottest fucking chili in the world you're going to be doing. With vodka. And I'm not even joking. It's just genuinely is. With vodka. And we have some left as well, like the real chilies. Dried as well. Worse. So I'm not looking forward to that at all. I had a fucking jalapeno slice there.
You had 3 jalapeno slices.
3 jalapeno slices. Craig had 1 because he's a faggot. We'll see. She says.
Oh no, see that's piss. You
Aye,
can't say
that's a
those-
back out there, right there, right there.
That's a massive cop-out.
Absolute pussy women. So we're looking forward to the podcast. We're going to kind of start off with 2 people. Probably Ross and Ronnie. Maybe.
I was going to be. We had plans for.
We had plans for
the
the start,
things,
but one of the guests hasn't actually been on the podcast yet, so we can't get him up. One of the rules, we're sticking to rules because we're besides the norm.
Aye.
We're supposed to be counterculture, but we're sticking to the rules.
We're sticking to our fucking rules. Fuck your rules. Fuck culture rules.
That's it. There you go.
Stick your culture up your ass.
Alright. So I think we'll get Ross and Ronnie on first. We'll kind of talk about why they even listen to the podcast.
Aye.
For 2 unknown random idiots, I don't know why they do that.
Dennis, they're only listening because they can us.
Well, that's it.
So that's answered. Next.
There you go. That's 3 years blasted right fucking away there.
I've got no idea what we're going to do for 3 hours.
It's going to.
We're obviously planning on fucking with Bill and Kaz.
Aye, that's good.
That's a guaranteed thing that's happening.
Definitely.
We're going to get them fist fighting. Maybe get them doing an arm wrestle on video.
I've got boxing gloves and give them 1 each. 1 on the left, 1 on the right. That was a funny glove. There you go.
Wow.
That was good. You have to give me that. That was off the cuff. That was good. That was good. So I'm quite fucking proud of that, and still smiling as well, quite cheesily. So Dad's going to be interesting. I think people are going to be wanting to ask Dad some questions.
3 vapors.
3 vapors as well. Dad'd be well upset.
Vapor breath.
We should get the 3 of them sitting around here and get Dad on the main mic.
Aye.
And he'd be like, whoa.
Oh god, the vapor breath up here is disgusting.
That's going to be good. I'm excited to see how Dad handles smart people.
This social situation that he's going to be in is something that he's not used to ever being in.
That's it.
He's used to, like, when he was back doing the drinking and his fiascos, it was the Kenway mutants that just hung about. He's never really been surrounded by thinkers. And on Saturday night he's going to be surrounded by a number of thinkers and Ross and Ronnie.
Oh yeah.
So it's going to be
and
difficult.
me as well. You can include me with the idiots as well.
Right. So he's going to be surrounded by a number of thinkers and Ross, Ronnie and Stephen.
And I'll be talking about fannies and stuff probably.
There again, we laughed about 5 minutes last night about Homo erectus.
Aye. Even after them pointing out that it was quite a sad thing to laugh at.
Aye,
and I still
giggled because I'm a fucking child.
Absolutely. You're supposed to be smart than that, Craig. What's wrong with you?
Dinosaurs are funny, man.
Dinosaurs are funny.
Isn't even a dinosaur. Homo erectus.
Can you fucking idiot? What are you doing?
What again?
YouTube.
Oh, kill myself now.
So the anniversary's gonna be fucking cool, man. We also got the other exciting Sean. We'll get Sean and fucking Martin and Dad because they're going to be driving up.
Aye, Martin's driving Dad up.
Whatever they're going to talk about, I'm quite fucking.
Dad will bring up accordions or the keyboard.
I used to play the accordion and the keyboard at the same time, and they'll be like, I don't care.
Nobody's played an accordion for fucking since like 3,000 years ago.
Exactly, man.
I don't care what an accordion is.
That's it. And Brian as well. That's fucking going to be
what
cool.
the fuck are we going to talk to Brian about? Fucking hell.
Wrestling.
Oiled up men.
Lycra and shit. I like that a lot.
That'll be fun.
Cool. Fuck aye.
Apparently legitimate sports.
What is it? But no, it's not.
It's homo erectusism, innit?
Homo erectusism. The wrestling.
That's what you get.
What?
Homo erectusism.
I think wrestling's fucking good. I like wrestling, so I don't care. You sat on a wrestling podcast for fuck's sake and talked about it.
Aye, I like wrestling as well, but I didn't like go, oh my god, Seth Rollins is amazing.
I don't think anybody does that apart from women. What's Ronnie saying? We'll see. Oh, it's still we'll see. So I fucking
cop out bullshit there, man.
It's gonna be,
I swear to God, see if people turn up and they're like, oh, I've already had my tea. Fuck you, by the way.
Aye.
We've made loads of chicken and well, Ronnie made the sandwiches. Mm-hmm. We've made loads of chicken and sausage rolls and shit. Mm-hmm. You better no fucking come.
We've got tons of shit sitting for there, man.
Let's just fucking make this clear right now. If you're coming up to this hang on Saturday, you'll be here at 5 roughly, and you'll no be hungry. You will be hungry because we're going to have a nice wee drink and a nice wee eat, and we're going to enjoy yourself for a wee while before we got on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And you better not fucking ruin that with your fucking eating habits. Cunts.
I'm just one thing I was worrying about as well is the headphone situation, because if people are talking in the background, we're going to probably hear them. So like one of the things is like if there's people talking, it might put us off. Whereas if you're in headphones and you're kind of tuned into the microphone, there's like a lot less.
Just tell Obdi there to shut the fuck up.
Just listen to
Like,
this.
oh, you're important.
That's it.
You're not important. You sit quiet. You eat chicken wing.
Why would you say it like that?
Because I'm racist Chinese person.
There you go. I love how you done that in that same language.
Because I racist Chinese person.
Even worse. We're going to get put off the air.
That's not actually racism, because that was just how one guy spoke in China.
Ah,
And he's dead now, so you can't even confirm or deny it. So
fair enough.
stole that from Jason Manford.
Fair enough. So the anniversary is the 27th, Saturday night, 6 to 9. So, 3-hour live podcast with loads of guests. It's going to be pretty fucking cool, man. Well looking forward to it. It's been on the go for, well, no a year, but we've been thinking about it since...
We've been planning this for months.
About 5 or 6 months, actually.
Aye.
A good while. Actually, it was a couple of weeks before the weekly podcasts we'd been doing.
So about 3 months, 4
About 3 months.
4 months?
Aye, fucking hell. That's it. I thought it was way longer
But
than
at
that.
16, it's been 4 months.
Aye. That's it. There you go. So, right, next news story. We'll finish off for here. Fife is the happiest region in Scotland due to Fife Today. Fife has been named the happiest region in Scotland in a news report. The second annual happiness index from Bank of Scotland aims to quantify how happy people are in the communities in which they live. They found the Kingdom of Fife made a notable improvement over the last 12 months to overtake the Highlands and be crowned the happiest area of Scotland. Overall, about 2/5 of Fifers said they were very happy at living in their community, almost double last year's 23%. That's pretty mad. Who the fuck were they talking to? Hippies?
So,
Who's
a
happy?
bank does a study on people's happiness.
Aye, I love that as well. Just hearing that.
Well, I call bullshit right away.
Especially the Bank of Scotland.
They never spoke to me, and I drag the average down considerably. I've got so much unhappiness that I could like fill a room of happy people.
Trying his best not to smell there. Well done. So I think genuinely what happens in these fucking research polls and stuff like that, people go up to people in the middle of the street a lot of the time, and then they just kind of answer whatever they want to answer, sort of thing, rather than being sort of actually thinking about it beforehand a lot of the time.
And the high street as well, they're like, are you happy? And then you're trying to answer as quickly as possible so you can get to Iceland in time.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Are you happy? Yes, I'm very happy. Fuck off.
Exactly. And that was exactly what they said, just very happy. That was it, a lot of the time.
Oh, see, that's dirty, yeah. That's dirty.
That was dirty. It's quite bad.
That's cheap.
So so there you go, happiest by region.
Who's unhappiest?
Well, it goes for 11 to 1. 11 is Dundee and surrounding towns. 10 Central Dundee. 9 North East Scotland. 8 Glasgow. 7 Aberdeen and surroundings. 6 West Scotland. 5 Lothians. 4 South Scotland. 3 Mid Scotland. 2 Highlands and Islands. 1 Fife. That's weird that fucking we're voted the happiest, but I keep hearing everybody moaning all the time about being unhappy and bored and having to work on a Monday.
I think when you're asked, I think when you're asked personally if you're happy, most people will say yes, regardless of whether they are. Because if somebody asks you if you're happy, you're not going to go, nah, I'm quite clinically depressed.
Because then you go through a story.
Aye.
Which stops you if you go to Iceland.
No, I'm clinically depressed. I drink alcohol way more than I used to. I've now got 14 tits instead of 2 tits. My chins are nowhere to be seen. They're like on the flare somewhere. They're hidden between all my air chins. I hate my life, I hate my job, I hate my family, I hate my friends. I hate the time of day. I hate when it's night time, I hate when it's daytime, I hate sleeping, I hate being awake. I'm not very happy at all. Please leave me alone so I can go to Iceland and buy turkey drummers.
I actually now feel like I need tablets for my depression because you've just handed it to me. That's fucking disgusting. I hate you for that.
Have yourselves some turkey drummers and you'll be fine.
Well, and that's life.
That's life. That's life.
Right, that's enough. Now, I found the top 10 jokes at the Edinburgh Festival. You want to go through these?
Are there any knock jokes?
Probably no.
Well, I'm fucking flabbergasted.
The first, number 10, we'll count them down like Top of the Pop style.
Right.
Number 10, Jordan Brooks. Is it possible to mistake schizophrenia for telepathy? I hear you ask. I like that one, that's pretty good. Pretty nice. Annie McGrath says, don't you hate it when people assume you're rich because you sound posh and went to private school and have loads of money?
That's a pain in the arse.
Quite annoying sometimes, I feel. Adele Cliff. Why is Henry's wife covered in tooth marks? Because he's Tudor.
How do you get that?
Tudor.
I know the Tud are
No.
in, but what's a Tudor?
A Tudor is the period in time that Henry was alive.
Oh, I didn't do history.
Like the Victorian times, the
I
Tudor.
didn't do history. So.
Oh, fucking hell. No, you'd have been terrible in that audience.
Nah.
Gary Delaney says, I often confuse Americans and Canadians by using long words. Fucking brilliant. Perfect one. Tiff Stevenson at number 6. Brexit is a terrible name. Sounds like cereal you eat when you're constipated. Fair enough.
Does I? Well done.
It does. It's less a funny joke, it's merely a fact.
Made it a factoid,
Aye. Will Duggan. I went to a pub quiz in Liverpool. Had a few drinks, so wasn't much use. Just for a laugh, I wrote the Beatles or Steven Gerrard for every answer. Came second. Mark Smith at number 4. Apparently 1 in 3 Britons are conceived in an IKEA bed, which is mad because those places are really well lit. What? Apparently 1 in 3 Britons are conceived in an IKEA bed, which is mad because those places are really well lit.
What are they saying, that Britain's only shag in the dark?
Pretty much, I just were ugly. Fucking hell.
Alright.
Fair enough. that died.
Aye.
Number 3 was the one I started laughing at before we fucking even started the podcast. From Mark Watson, one of my favourite Scottish comedians. I've been happily married for 4 years out of a total of 10. That's why I fucking laughed beforehand. Amazing. Number 2 by Stuart Mitchell. Why is it old people say there's no place like home? Yeah, when you put them in one. Fantastic, Stuart Mitchell. Masai Graham. Number 1. This is the funniest joke at the Edinburgh Festival.
I'm going to be disappointed. You can't be happy with the funniest joke in the Fringe. You're never going to be satisfied with that.
It's always either...
That's a bad position to be in. The 10th is the perfect position to be in. Because it's just like, oh, it's the 10th, that's good.
That was good, aye.
But the first is always going to be like, what is it, aye?
Aye.
Let's hear it.
So, now we've created that tension. Here's number 1 by Masai Graham. My dad has suggested that I register for a donor card. He's a man after my own heart.
See? The first one.
It's a
bad position to put a comedian in.
Definitely, man. It's a real groaner. It's like a real life groaning tune. Fuck, man. I
think if I was a comedian, I'd want to be number 10 there.
Oh yeah.
Because being number 1 is always going to be bad.
That's it. I'd love to find out what the one last year was, but I've not got time.
Or care enough.
Or care. There you go. So, right, we're near the end of the podcast. So, what I'll say is the anniversary is 27th of... Well, it's Saturday.
We've been putting up statuses all fucking week. So if you didn't ken this, then you're a fucking ball bag.
And if you didn't ken this is on every week, this podcast, come on to fuck.
It's been on 4 months now.
7 o'clock to 8 o'clock every single Thursday. Magical. So this next tune is a band called Five Cousins with a track called Have to Admit. Remember, Saturday,
27th of August.
27th of August.
6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Peace. Oh, sorry. What are you going to say?
No. We're off to do some challenges now. Yay!
Aye. Oh, fuck. I'm looking forward to that. Right, so this is Five Cousins, Have to Admit. Peace.